The Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. And this is like a news break. We don't do a whole lot of these. You know, Edward, this is kind of different.
Yeah, just like old times.
You know, yeah, we're literally just dropping in to give you some news, something that's hot off the presses. It's fresh, very fresh news.
Good news.
Okay? I think depending on who you are, this could be good news. Big Sam has left the building. Okay? Big Sam has chewed his last stick of Wrigley's on Merseyside as the Everton manager. Yeah, he leaves behind a legacy of meh. I think that's probably I'll rattle off some stats here, and you can judge for yourself. I will say his Everton output was his highest average of points per match with 1.42 for a club. That's because, you know, when he was England manager, he had one match and they won that, so his points per match was so it was at 3 for him there. But for Everton, it was 1.42, which was higher than all his other clubs, according to the interwebs. Yes, and they know those things. In 26 matches, he was 10, 7, and 9, and the goals average was about 1.19 to 1.23. Okay? You can see what you've got here is a very average stat line. It's very average. You know what I mean? So Edward, how are you feeling about this? Because I believe the normal response is excitement about things to come.
I mean, I don't want us to go like too far. I don't want us to like run before we can walk, because anything that Sam did, he's taken away any kind of progression that we had under Martinez or Koeman. But I am thankful for the fact that he brought in a bit of stability. I didn't think we needed him, but he did bring in some stability for defensively for some games at least. But I wish him all the best, but he needed to go, as far as I'm concerned. What about you?
I don't really have the intense anger now, I guess because I sort of felt like he was going for a long time. You know what I mean? I felt like he was going to be on his way out. If we didn't get European football somehow, if we didn't keep going in any of the cups and not get any derby wins, I didn't really see how he was going to keep his job. You know, I just didn't really, and so I think the people that were super angry were the ones that thought he might stick around, and they were really just fighting it. And honestly, after my least favorite Sam moment was that Arsenal match, man, where that first half was the most like it's like somebody just took out your soul and said, yeah, you don't need this. You know, it was an awful match. And it seemed like we were set up to not care. It seemed like Sam said, you know what, we're gonna lose this one, so let's just do whatever. You know, and see I think that's my big frustration with Sam, is the fact that he set us up like we were a relegation threatened side the entire time.
Yeah, I'd say so. And we weren't even that bad to start off with, were we? Before he came in, we weren't even that bad. It was like 10th, weren't we? Something like that.
I actually don't know the specs of that, to be honest. I don't know the actual. I know when he said we came in, when he said he came in, he said we were like a couple off the bottom.
No.
I don't think it was that.
No,
bad.
It wasn't that bad.
But
it was a literal panic.
But yes, yeah.
But
so the Toffee Blues Twitter account asked for responses and to Sam's exit, and basically they were met with a deluge of gifs. All right, which I looked up the proper pronunciation here. You can say GIF or GIF, just saying. And almost all of them are people dancing, and not in a sad way. So it's a lot. It seems like everybody, for the most part, are happy about Sam leaving. Creed Bratton, who you may remember from The American Office, tends to be a little strange character. Creed Bratton tweeted, "saddened." So that's the main, the one response that I saw that seemed to be kind of not happy about Sam leaving. Layla de Jong said, cautious joy depends on the replacement. I think we're all...
Yeah, everyone's a bit now.
I think we'll all feel a lot better once we know who's coming in. And 18 Cooper 78 said, come on over to my place.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. What? That's good. That's good. You know, that seems like it's a positive response.
Don't know. What are your sort of feelings on it in general then? Are you happy or?
The real question, because I don't know, I'm one of those people that guilt kind of tends to eat at me, you know, about different things, and I do feel like there's a few years from now we may feel like we were a little bit harsh as a group to him, because frankly the results were not as bad as 2 years worth of Martinez. Okay, that was two, and I loved Martinez when he was here. All right, but he was 11th 2 straight years, and we did not finish down there. Okay, now perspective, we had a lot of subpar teams this season in the Premier League.
Yeah,
the points average was super low, below the top 6.
And we stayed 9th, didn't we, for like good 5 weeks, and everyone when we were losing as well. So that just proved the quality. And
yeah,
I think
so. I'm conflicted, basically.
Yes.
I'm conflicted because I wanted him gone, and I've wanted him gone for a long time. I'm just not mad about it because I knew it was going to happen. I knew, I'm just angry that we didn't somehow find a way to get European football because I love it. You know, that's the thing that I'm most angry about this season is not finding a way into 7th. You know,
well, I'm just.
I do kind of get angry at him and the players for that. But, you know.
I think. Like in general with Allardyce, he gave up too easily, like worried about things too easy, because once we got to that 40-point mark, everyone, I have to say, I was kind of supportive on him when he got to the 40-point mark because I wanted him to do well. I wanted to give him the chance, but he just never took it.
Yes.
No point. And like games like Newcastle and Southampton prove it, he just doesn't bother to at least try. So, no, I'm grateful for the fact he brought in stability and saved us from relegation, but we never needed him, and to be honest, it's just a waste. But there's a whole saying, isn't it, that the darkest hour is always just before the dawn. So maybe Allardyce leaving now with this terrible football will make us grateful for the next manager, who we don't know yet, but, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens anyway.
Yeah, I always kind of try to keep myself in check if I'm saying I'm not too angry, because I live in America and I don't spend entire weekends going the game. You know what I mean? So that's I do spend some of my money on various streaming services and in cable so that I can watch every game.
That's dedication.
I do that.
That's dedication.
You know what I mean? But that's nothing compared to what people spend over in England. So I always kind of try to keep myself in check. When I say, I wasn't too angry at him. If I had dropped, 100 pounds on a weekend or whatever, trying to go watch Everton just suck, maybe I would have a lot more anger, So that's I try to keep it in perspective, if that makes sense. So yeah. Anyway, I guess that's it. Edward, anything else? Feeling okay right now?
I think really I'll just say really the anger was, I just got really angry because it was the same stuff every week. But now maybe the next one, his successor, will change that, go for something different, and maybe we'll get back to the different ways. But who's the successor?
Yeah. Hopefully we won't see a lot more of playing for draws.
Oh, God.
At clubs like Swansea.
Or Chelsea.
Just throwing that out there.
Or Spurs or Arsenal. I think the next guy who comes in, as long as they go for it against the top 6, I think that'll win the fans over.
I just want to go for it, period. You know what I mean? The fact that in the second half Sam was satisfied with playing for a draw against Swansea, that's what really, dude, no, not doing that, no. All right, so, So I guess that's it. Sam, bon voyage. I'm sure you'll be heading back to Dubai soon to do a little hanging out. Don't be afraid to come over to America and manage the U.S. national team.
They need them.
We are so needing you. So yeah, please, Sam, if you're no longer on Merseyside, come on over here. We have Wrigley's started here. Let's do it, man. You know? All right, that's it. We're out. Bye.